My first annotated bib was by German Lopez. It was published by Vox. It was Gun Violence in America, explained in 17 maps and charts. So he just explained the unique gun violences in America in really easy to read charts and with his own explanation. I found it credible because he did link every single thing that he sourced, so everything that he quoted or things like that, it could be a hyperlink, so you could click on it and read what they had to say as well. Some of my good quotes were, under the broader definition of mass shootings, America has nearly one mass shooting a day, so if lawmakers are forced to wait for a time when there isn't a mass shooting to talk gun control, they could find themselves waiting for a very long time. And this is a big deal because a lot of that is a big controversy in America, is like, when is the right time to talk about it? I was easy to read. It was very liberal swayed, which was not surprising at all, actually, because of the publisher. This was my photo, which I really liked because I am a visual learner. It was nice to have like photos as well about how Republican and Democratic people or politicians really sway on certain gun control things. My next one was by Stephen L. Miller. It was about the Texas shooting. It was published by Fox News, which I felt like I really needed to add Fox in there because they are more conservative and things like that. So this one really touched on how Devin Patrick Kelly, who was the shooter that killed 26 people in Sutherland, Texas, was not legally allowed to obtain a gun, but because he fell through the cracks of the Air Force database and the FBI database, he was able to walk into a sporting goods store and purchase a weapon that killed 26 people in a church. So it really touches on how, if the gun laws in America actually work, which is a really big question that's going on now. It's like, how can we make new laws if the ones we already have in place don't work? It was very, very conservative swayed. I also like that he gave his own opinions at the beginning, but the meat of the article was factual based. My next one was by James M. Lavelle. It was on gun control versus gun protection. So, it was an academic journal. He did complete his doctorate degree in sociology from UC Riverside, so he does have an actual degree, which is nice. I liked being able to see that. I liked that he really went into explanations with tables and about good explanations with tables about policies in America of gun control versus personal protection. He talks about RTC, which is the right to carry, and things like that, which I liked. None of the other paragraphs I read, or none of the other articles I really looked into, really explain the laws that are put into place now. So I liked being able to read about that. I also like that in his conclusion, he really touched on policy recommendations, and he speaks highly of the fact that the way to come to conclusions for each side of the opinion is for each side of the opinion to really step back and understand the other side's opinion. So gun advocates should acknowledge the fact that gun violence has been a problem, and gun control advocates should acknowledge that legally obtaining and owning firearms can be used for personal protective measures and without causing mass harm. It was very moderate, which I liked, and I really liked that he touched on his own opinions as well as factual based explanations about terminology and things like that in America. It was an academic journal, so it was harder to read, but it was interesting to see that aspect of it.